Hello and welcome back to another live session with Nana Ayebiafo Jnana, a mystic and a life coach. This is the part 2 of the spiritual journey of Jnana Chatusdas. Jnana, the last time we ended from where you went to India to acquire some spiritual powers. Before that, how are you doing?
Yes, I am doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Okay, so can we?
Yeah, so like I was saying in the previous episode, now I have to go to India and to go and learn many things. So we were about 5 of us. We were 5 of us, and I was the new devotee. All of them were senior people that have been around for a very long time, and they have been yearning to go to Mayapur for years. So they have to. Now they've been able to acquire money, but because I was to be sent, the temple have to sponsor me with the money and all that.
Okay.
So 5 of us. I remember myself, forgotten the name, but there were 2 women and 3 of us men. We went through Dubai. We used Emirates. My first time boarding an aircraft. So we go to Dubai. We were at the airport for a long time, like 6 hours, to catch up with our next flight. So from there, we go to Mumbai. That's Bombay. So from Bombay, we have to go by train. In Nigeria, there used to be train there. In Ghana, I remember I have ever used a train before. But sitting in the train for 2 days, 48 hours was
2 days.
2 days, 48 hours in a train. I was like, what is this? So from Bombay, that's Mumbai, to Kolkata, we were in the train for 2 days, 48 hours.
Wow.
So you sleep, you wake up, you sleep, you wake up like that.
India is very big.
So fortunately, they were serving us vegetarian food. So you will sit down like that, I know what bread. You are just tired of sitting. And I'm the type, I don't like jumping up and down. So some people, when the car park, they want to go out to go out. Me, I will just sit down like that. I am not that kind of person. So I will just sitting, sleeping, 48 hours. So we go to Kolkata from Mumbai, 48 hours. Then we have to sit in a car from Kolkata to Mayapur, which is like from Accra to Kumasi, like 4 hours drive. So when we got there, we were so tired. So there's a long room that they will give to the foreigners, like new members. So we have a room. My room number was 423. 423. I remember that very well. That's number 9. If you go to Mayapur, in fact, the longest building in the whole world, longest, not the tallest, longest is Mayapur. It's like from here, very far.
Wow.
I think it's 4-story, but very long. So I think we were on the 2nd floor, 3rd floor. 423, that was my room. So I was given that room. And just the following morning, we went to the temple. And before then, that time, we didn't have mobile phone, like I'm telling you. So we have been watching videos with the CD, the VHF. That CD that we have been watching, and the things in Mayapur, the temple, the deities, the altar, and all that. So there's something we have only been watching on TV. And that time, you don't even have the TV to watch. In the temple, that normally they will show those things. So early in the morning, we went to the temple room. But before then, when we were going from Kolkata to Mayapur, if you're going for spiritual emancipation, there's a place you must stop to go and pay obeisance first.
Okay.
If you bypass that place, all you're doing in Mayapur is useless.
Really?
Yes.
Where is this place?
We call that Jagannath Temple.
Okay.
It is in between Mumbai, Kolkata, and Mayapur, but it's very close to Mayapur. Like say 10 minutes away from Mayapur. 500 years ago, an incarnation of God appeared in this world.
Okay.
He took his birth under a neem tree. Under the neem tree, the mother sat on the neem tree. That's where she gave birth. So they gave his name Nimai Pandit. So that neem tree is still there. And many other miracles and things that happened at that time is still within that area. So anybody who is going to Mayapur is a spiritual town. It's a spiritual city. Yes, you go there and see human beings, food, everything is there. You see, some people can even be doing rubbish thing there. But Mayapo, the unmanifested nature of Mayapo is hidden to the masses. So if you want to avail yourself to the unmanifested aspect of Mayapo, you must first visit Jagana Temple before you get to Mayapo. So people can be in Mayapo, and I guess they're ordinary Mayapo. But for you to be able to see what is beyond or behind the Mayapo that you see, we call it the unmanifested Mayapo, you must first go to Jagana Temple. So when we got there, our car stopped. When the car stopped, we walked to the temple, Jagana Temple. It's a big place. So this senior devotees they have been in the movement for a long time. So they have to lead. So when you go, they will tell, they have somebody there who will direct you. This is what is there in the scripture. This is what is in the scripture. So we went through all that, and then we went to the main altar. We have to go and offer our obeisance, our prayers, like that, before we come and enter into our car and then go back to Mayapo. So Mayapo, the following morning, we went for Mangarati. Mangarati started from 4:30 a.m. So we're in the temple waiting for the altar to be opened. Everybody's chanting. So I said the pujari, the priest on the altar, blew the conch shell. Like that, 3 times it blew. Then they opened the altar, huge altar. And these pictures we have been seeing in the videos. Now it's not picture, it's not video anymore, it's reality. And if you look at Christian's face, you see all the deities there. Trust me, it was an amazing thing. When I was telling the story, there's one I didn't say. One day, as a young boy, in the evening, I was reciting my prayers. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, before I realized, like my legs, my hands were pulling into my body. Mm-hmm. My body was shaking. So my leg, the legs were pulling, the hands were pulling. So I was becoming like a football, that kind of thing. It was shaking. My voice was murmuring, kind of choke voice. So when I came back to external, whatever, I noticed that I have cried and my dress, the whole part was wet with water, with tears. And I was shaking. In fact, my body was very stiff, even when I came back to consciousness. So I was very much afraid. So the following Sunday, when I went to the temple, I went to the Sahadev, the one that said they will be teaching me how to preach. I went to say, Prabhu, last time I was doing my prayers and I had this experience. So afraid. So when I narrated it and I started smiling with the big eyes, I said, Prabhu, why? He said, this is something many devotees are looking for, they don't get. That is a astral projection.
Wow.
I said, really?
That's your first time?
My first experience. But because I didn't know, I noticed some things, but it's something that was not so clear to me. So I said, this is a beautiful thing. You're very lucky. You're just a new devotee. So the way he was talking, I could see from his face that truly he meant what he was saying. It's okay. If that's the case, then I have to try and experience it more. So every day, after everything, around 7 to 7:15, that's the time I was experiencing this. I would sit down, and as soon as I start chanting, within 15 minutes, I'm gone. And now, because I knew it was nothing harmful, trust me, I was seeing things. That actually gave me that strong conviction that this path is the best for you. Mm-hmm. Because I was having, trust me, I can't tell you some of these things because these are personal. When I go, I will project out the things I see, my personal experience. There is something beyond imagination. For instance, you hear some sound. So in the Bhagavad Gita, you say that God is a musician and he plays on a flute. And that flute has so many choruses. When I project, I hear some kind of music that I will not be able to describe. And this music comes with about 100 choruses. Something that when it's singing to your ears, I don't know how you feel. So I enjoy this. So in the afternoon when I'm working on something, my mind isn't waiting for 7 p.m. so that I can quickly go and do this. See, you can just imagine. Yeah. And this is not something that you have to go out there to go and experience. When you are alone, you experience this. And that experience is a whole life in itself. And it's something nobody can explain what is happening there. It is only you. The bliss, the joy, the experience is something I can't explain. When I explain, it will be like, no, you think it's exaggerating. It is something you have to experience yourself. So after that time, when I became more committed, because the conviction was so much, So I had this experience. So the very first day when they opened the altar, trust me, that day, how I felt, I don't know how I'm going to explain it. I was so overjoyed. Deep down my heart, and I could feel myself shedding tears. That, is it me in front of Sri Sri Radha Madhava temple? And not just the temple, but in the auditorium of the temple, right in front of the deities. I was just shedding tears. I was so satisfied. I was so happy. So after the main altar, there's another one, Nashringadev altar. The pendant that I have been giving to members, the deity that the deity that the pendant represent. The altar is on the left side. So after the main worship, then they blew another coin set, and that altar was open. In fact, to me, when I saw the altar and the deities, what I saw and later I was explaining, the body was like, no, this is not what is there. I went back to check the deities, and I saw that truly it is not what I saw when I looked at the deities in the beginning.
What did you see?
So I noticed movement, like a real personality with gestures. It's not just statue. I noticed, and the communication, and in the background, there is a snake. The name is Ananta Shisha. The Ananta Shisha is the expansion of God. And that snake represents the spiritual power of God. So in the Bible, the story of Moses, that God said Moses should go and tell them that, okay, release my people. And Moses said that when I say, they won't listen to me. So what do I do? So if you say this and they refuse to accept, just drop your walking rod or your stick. And according to the Bible, Moses threw it down and it turned to snake. So I have been thinking that why would God allow Moses to show snake for these people to believe him? But if you read the Shema about water, it tells you that the spiritual potency of God is represented by a snake.
Does it have a link with the Kundalini also?
Yes. The Kundalini moves in the form of a snake.
Wow.
I don't know whether you have seen the World Health Organization, they assemble. It's two snakes like that.
Yeah.
That is the spiritual potency of God for healing. So when they opened the altar, what I saw, because on that altar you see that Ananta Shisha is a snake with 1,000 hoods. The head is 1,000 with one snake. It's behind the Narashingadev deity. So I saw the Narashingadev is golden in color. But later when I went there, I saw that it was black.
Okay.
But I saw golden, smiling with his hands, 4 hands like that, and he's sitting and smiling. And then the snake behind, you could see their head is moving up and down like that. That's what I saw. Within some minutes, I was just stunned. I was looking at the altar like that. So afterwards, I paid my obeisance and I left. So when I went out there and I was explaining to the devotees that we came with, they said, no, what you are saying is not what is on the altar. I said, no, this is what I saw. They said, no. So they were challenging me. So I decided to go back and go and check. And when I checked, the inscription was exactly to what they were telling me, not what I saw. So I said, why? Why did I see something different from what I'm seeing now? So later when I asked some senior devotees, they said, yes, the deities want to just tell you. They want to reveal themselves to you to tell you. I mean, like, you are special, that kind of thing. So we were going to Mangarati. It was winter time, so weather was very cold that time. You have to wear jacket, you have to wear socks, because in the temple you can't wear slippers. So from there, in the morning, they make an announcement that those who are interested in Vedic astrology, you have to go and register because there's a special teachers to teach that. Mm-hmm. Those who are interested in Vedic palmistry, there is a course going on, you must go and register. Those who are interested in Vedic counseling, like many, there were about 5 different kind of courses that were going around for that time. I registered in all. Because I was interested in counseling. Palmistry is something I really want to know. Astrology. And all those 5 are registered in all. And the timing, they make sure that the timing doesn't conflict. So within the day, maybe 3 seminars today and tomorrow 2. All the time is different. And I was participating in all this. So we're doing this, learning. And I was happy I was in my app. So all my questions I was just asking, and all these were taught by masters. Masters in the field of Vedic palmistry, a master in the field of Vedic astrology, Vedic numerology, Vedic, all that, Vedic counseling. So we learn all this, and after some time, we have to go for something we call mystical safari.
Okay.
And this mystical safari is not attended by all devotees. Only few. It's not in Mayapo. You'll be taken to all the holy places in India. Some of them, you go to South India, you go to North India, different places. So I was there, and our group members, I think 3 of them joined, 2 didn't join. So we went to Gaya, where Lord Buddha attained liberation. Buddha Gaya. We went there under the tree. We went to the Buddhist their room, their temple. We went to go and do our prayers. Then we do our offering and beautiful things. Not too far away from the Buddha Gaya, we have Vishnu Gaya. Krishna, God himself came to this world and he placed his leg on the, you go and see the leg, the feet. They built a temple around it. We went to the Vishnu. That place, they don't allow people to go there. But somehow or the other, we were allowed to go and touch the place, to say our prayers. So we went to all the holy places. We went to many, many places. We went to Vrindavan. Vrindavan, 5,000 years ago, when God came to this world, there is a mountain we call Govardhan Mountain. It's 14 miles square. God, at that time, at the age of 7, he carried this mountain for 7 consecutive days on the little finger.
Wow.
It is something we have been reading in the Srimad Bhagavatam. We went there, again, you know that story. There's a place that we have 5 main rivers. They all join together, and each of the river have different colors. We went there, we witnessed it. We went there to go and take bath in the river Ganges. Anybody that bath in the Ganges, there's no way you can go to hell.
No matter what.
No matter what. You see, some of this, when you say, people might not get it, so at times I don't talk about them, but because you asked about my experience in it, that's what I'm telling you. There's some water. When Narashingadev killed a demon, he used his hand to go and wash in a river, a pond of water.
Okay.
And it turned to blood. If you go there today, it is there. So anybody that dives into that water, you can never be attacked by any spiritual power. We went there, we have to go and take bath. So this is mystical safari. So we're going to all the holy places and all the mystical things in the world. So I remember at that time I was not having a house. So we went to Govardhan Mountain. And you are not allowed to take any rock or stone from that mountain. If you take it now, you go mad. Mm-hmm. And before, there were stories that people have gone there, they've taken some, and they have to bring them back before they get well. It's a special mountain. You can only go offer prayers, circumambulate, but you cannot take any stone from Govardhan. So when we're going, one of the senior devotees, he's a big man, he told me, if you have any desire, when you go to Govardhan, when you see the mountain, you should take some of the rock and say your prayers on it and drop it back where you pick it from. So I needed a house because I thought I was growing. You need a place. Renting is becoming too much. So when we go to Govardhan, it was 14 miles. We have to circumambulate. We have to walk. We have to circumambulate. So when we went to the final point, so I paid obeisance and I took one of the stone and I said, my dear Lord, I have many desires. My first desire is I want to make spiritual advancement. I want to really know who I am. I want to really become inspiration to the masses. But I need something urgently physical. I need to have a house so that I can have my own altar, so that I will be free. Like if you have your own house, you're a man of your own. You can do things. For instance, if you are staying with your parents, I can become a vegetarian. Yeah. They will prepare food for you, whatever you have to eat. So when we were to go for the mystical safari, Jayapo was mentioned in the list. Okay. And this guy told me I can have access to this in Jayapo. I said, okay. When I go to Jayapo, I have to go to this master and go and get this information. So when what I'm talking about is beautiful. A lot of things. The mystical safari, we went to many, many places. Vrindavan, a whole lot of things. And I remember, in Vrindavan, while we were sleeping in the hotel because Vrindavan is a far place from Mayapo. We were living in the hotel. So early in the morning, when I wake up around, say, 4, I have to walk to the temple. So when I was walking, I saw so many monkeys. There were about 80 to 100 of them moving like that. And before, in Vrindavan, there's so many monkeys there. When they see you wearing glasses like this, they will take it. You know, I love wearing glasses because my eyes. I have a very good eye, but it's not good for you to look at my eyes. So I always wear these glasses. So they told me, you wear glasses all the time, be careful, because my Vrindavan, you will not come with this, your eyeglasses. I was like, how is it possible? I mean, how can, they say monkeys will take it. When I was there, I was having about 5, 6 of them. But I was also thinking, how is the monkey going to take my glasses? How is that possible? So the monkeys there in Vrindavan, according to the scriptures, they are not monkeys. Okay. They were all great saintly beings that probably were not able to go to the spiritual world, and they came back to Vrindavan as monkeys. What I'm telling you now, you might not get, when you get to Vrindavan, you understand. So, early in the morning from 4, I am going for my worship in the morning. And I saw a whole group of monkeys, about 80 to 100 of them. They were ahead of me. And in Vrindavan, they have 5,000 temples at that time. It's one city. 5,000 temples recorded. So where I'm going, there are many, many temples before I get to the ISKCON temple. So the monkeys are going, and when they get to a temple, all temples, they have a bigger gate, so they open the gate. So from the roadside, you can see the temple room. When the monkeys move and they get to one gate, they will all stand like that. They will stand like a minute, and then they will move.
Wow.
And I was far away. Vrindavan, the temples are very close to by. So one temple is here, one is here. It's very close by. And then they will all move. They get to the second temple, the gate is open, they will all stand like that for about a minute, and they will move. And this thing happened about 5 temples before the ISKCON temple. So what is happening? Monkeys. So later, I have to walk past them, and I went to do my worship. The next day, we were in town going to buy some things in the market. So we were standing there like that. Before I realized, no, from my heart, the monkey take this from the behind like this. He took the glasses, and then he climbed the roof. I was like, what am I going to say? I was laughing because they told me before, and I was doubting how the monkey going to. So they were just looking at me, and they were saying, give him prasad, give him prasad. So prasad is the food that has been offered to the deities. So I was looking. Then people are serving prasad everywhere. So I bought the prasadam there. I said, throw it to him. So when I threw it, the monkey released the glasses, and then he grabbed the prasadam. So I have many of them, in case they don't give to me. And like that, they were taken from time to time. This is a Vrindavan for you. Wow. It's a special place. When you go to Vrindavan, the water in Vrindavan, you can't use the Vrindavan water to wash your clothes.
Why?
It's pure salt, like 10,000 times the salt in the sea. Mm-hmm. Very salty. So if you put any soap, it will not foam. So they have to get water, or they have to distill the water before you can use it to wash and all that. So there was a story that was told that 5,000 years ago, God manifested, Krishna came, and after his disappearance, when he left, the devotees were so sad that all of them were just crying. And according to Srimad Bhagavatam, the tears has formed a crest under the whole of Vrindavan. Because as soon as you go to the next town in Vrindavan, the water is pure water. But only Vrindavan, the water is very salty. So according to the research, it says science. They said they didn't understand because just the next town, the water is okay, but Vrindavan, water is salty. So they said they drilled all down and saw that there is a salt at the crest of the whole of Vrindavan city. And the story is that, tears taste salty. Yeah. So it said that all the gopis and all the gopas, the tears that fell from the eyes, after Krishna disappeared from the material world, earthly planet, the tears has formed a crest down there. There's a spot. The Krishna people, when we finish bath, we put some mark. When I'm in the temple, we say I put some mark on my forehead. Yes. We call it tilak. Okay. And that tilak, we use some special clay from India. So in Vrindavan, that's where that clay comes from. When Krishna left 5,000 years ago, the gopis, they were so sad. So they said they sat down in the group, they were talking about Krishna's disappearance, and all of them, they melted with the earth there. Wow. So when you go to Vrindavan, only that side, the clay smells like perfume. I will give you one of this clay. So the devotees go and mold it, and that's what they sell. It's clay, but it smells like perfume. Because that area, we call it Gopi Chandana. Clay from the body of the gopis. Gopi Chandana. Clay from the body of the gopis, because it's a body.
How many years ago?
5,000 years more years
And it's
ago.
still available.
It is still there.
Wow.
So when you go to Vrindavan, this one is not story. Just that place, you take the clay, it smells like perfume. So we went to that point. And many, many other pastime areas where we have been reading from the scriptures, we have been reading the stories. Everything was live. It is not like maybe a story.
Not just in books.
It is not just books. You go there and you experience it. For instance, they tell you there's a place that when you go, there are 5 rivers. They all meet. And when they meet at that spot, we call something Kumbh Mela. After every 12 years, all the masters go and bath there, and you go and see it's there. There are things we talk about. Banyan trees. That some banyan tree have been there for 5,000 years, and it's very huge. We went to Navadip. There's a temple on a tree, a whole house, a whole temple on a tree. Just imagine a house like this, my house, made with cement, concrete. It is there more than 10,000 years. The building is there. So I was like asking them, how is it possible? How did they build a house? Not that it's some wooden something. Yeah, you can bring it. Give it to him. I want to show you. You smell it and see whether what I'm saying is a fabrication story. This one is just it. It's not. It's clay.
Okay.
Let me just open it. So you see in the box like that. I see I've been using it already. See, this is how I use it. Smell it and see. Huh?
Like incense.
Yes, like incense. But this one is clay. You see it's like incense?
Yeah.
This clay. Okay?
I can hear from it.
You can hear from there.
Yeah.
And this is the body of the gopis.
Wow.
So we went to Vrindavan, and we went to the place. So I brought it, the original one, not the one somebody have made. I brought some for myself. So I said, why is this one smelling like this? They said, have you been reading in the scriptures? This is the body of the gopis 5,000 years ago. They were so sad that the Lord has disappeared. They were sharing tears to the point that their body melted with this area. And if you go to Vrindavan, it's only that area the clay smells like this.
Wow.
So that should tell you, see how it smells. So nice. So every time when I go, I have one in my car. Everywhere I go, I keep it. So there are many, many other things. Some of them I've even forgotten. Many. For a whole, I think 1 month, we were doing this mystical safari, moving from places to places like that. Many, many. There's some pond, special pond, about 3 of them. They don't allow people to go there. We went there, and one day, the guru that was leading us, he told us that his crew, he wanted to go and ask for permission from the managers of that pond that we go there and then watch everywhere. This is something, opportunity that doesn't come easily. So he went there to go and see the temple managers there. He said he wanted groups to come and watch all the pond. When you see the pond, this is a mystical pond. They create it for spiritual purposes. So it's like staircase. It will take you down.
Okay.
So all the 4 corners, a staircase here, staircase, and then you can descend all the way into the water. So we have to start from the down. We wash all the staircase. We're in the water. So you put your dhoti, your chada like that. We watch everybody. So for me and my crew, we're taking 1 staircase like that. Long ago, like for me, all the way up.
Wow.
It's a deep water.
It's huge.
It's very deep and huge. Oh, it's bigger than this, my
I
house.
was just picturing.
No, huge. It's bigger than my house. Like about 10 times this. It's huge.
Wow.
So we took 1 staircase. It's about 100 staircase up there. So we have to watch the whole thing in the water. There's something, if you read the scripture, the benefit in you scrubbing, we call it a Radhakund. You can go and Google it. Radhakund. It's a pond that was created by Radharani. When Krishna came 5 years ago, he expanded himself into a female. So that female, something happened. And he said, for you to be able to cleanse yourself, you have to go and take bath in all the holy rivers of this world. So Radha said, okay, he can't do that. Then he would dig his own pond. And he used his hand to dig the pond. As I digging the pond, he invoked all the holy rivers from all the various places to come and pour their water into the place. The water is still there. So Radha Kund, we went there for a whole day. We were there scrubbing. And it said that just by diving in that, you will not come back to this world again. Reincarnation for you is done.
Really?
And if you go and you have the chance of scrubbing Radha Kund, you and 3 generations after you will not come back to this world. So just imagine the opportunity we have. A whole day we were fasting and we were scrubbing. People were doing it with because something you won't get. Everybody was scrubbing. So after the whole scrubbing, deep down there, this kund has never ever dried before. Listen to what I'm telling you. This Radha Kund is a water, a pond. I mean, a pond is like a dam, small one. It can dry anytime.
Yes.
It has never ever dried before. And according to the scriptures, the source of the kund is a milk.
The pond is water, but its source is a milk.
Yes. The pond, Radha Kund, is a water body. But, like I told you, the staircase go this way, go this way. So all go down.
Okay.
So the small spot from the down is the milk that drops gradually.
Wow.
So it has never ever dried before. Okay? So when we're taking advantage of doing these things, some of us, we have to dive in there and see, is there a little milk there? And truly, when you go down there, the water from the down looks milk in color. Mm-hmm. What I'm telling you, like I'm saying, what is he saying? He's exaggerating. When you go there, you will see this. So the whole day we were just there, we were scrubbing the Radha Kund. So from the Radha Kund, we went to Krishna Kund. That wasn't too far from there. That we didn't go and scrub, but we went there to go and take a dive. And everywhere, I will be carrying things. All these holy places, when I go, when I was talking about 20 bucks.
Souvenirs.
Everything. No, I'm taking spiritual things.
Yeah.
Like the Radha Kund, I take some of the water. I took some of the earth there. I went to Neshringa Dev Kund, like I told you. I packed some water. I took everywhere I go. There's a place, Neshringa Pali. There are trees there. The trees, the body has turned to metal.
The trees have.
They are tree,
okay.
But the body now is so old to the point that you can't even cut it.
Wow.
You understand what I'm trying to say? It is too old that normal tree, the body is so hard like metal. You can't even use cutlass to cut it. Because I have been there for years. We went there. Huge trees. And they will tell you the story behind it. There's a place called Amgad or somewhere. 500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the disciples were moving. And like they're hungry. They needed something to eat. So one day he was having one fruit, one mango. And according to the scriptures, Mahaprabhu said, okay, give me the mango. So he ate the mango. And he removed the seed and planted that mango seed. It grew that day and it bare fruit for the devotee to feed on. And that mango doesn't have a seed. Truly, when you go there, the mango that comes out doesn't have a seed.
So you can't even plant it?
No, it's still there.
Wow.
The mango doesn't have a seed inside, but it's the mango you can eat. Amgad is still there. So we went, and many other beautiful places. When I'm coming to one point. So when we got to Jaipur, then I remember that, yes, I have to go and see a mystical person for things about me. I want to know my past life. I want to know my future and all that. So I went with one other guy. We were like same age, but for him, he has been in the movie for a long time because the father is a devotee. Okay. But we are like of the same age. So I told him, today, the safari, I'm not joining them because that day we were supposed to go about 5 places. I said, I'm not joining them because we are spending only 3 days in Jaipur. If I don't take advantage to go and see this mystical person now, I might not have any free time. So today, I'm not joining them for the safari. So if you want to join me, there's a place like this ahead. I want to go. So I said, you'd like to go with me? So in the morning, when they came to call us, I said, no, today I want to rest. I don't want to go out. I want to rest today. So as soon as they left, the bus left, quickly we went to town. They started asking. So they drove us to the place. So when I got there, that time, there was a phone. So I called the devotee, and the devotee spoke to this person that can direct it to the master. So he sent it to a different person, like that, to the master. He cannot hear English. He speaks only Hindi and then Tamil. So when we went there, I said, this my god brother told me that I should come to you. I want to see my past life. I want to see my future. It is something that will help me in my spiritual journey. I want to really have access. So it's okay. He assessed me. He said, yes, you are qualified to know. The other person, he told him, no, he's not qualified. No, this is a serious thing I'm telling you. Wow. 2 of us went there, and you have to pay money for this. It's not free. Okay. You have to pay money. So initially, we went through the secretary. We made our payment. They gave us receipt. Before you go and see the master in his own chambers, So 2 of us were there. So after he looked at me, he said, you are qualified for your past, your future. So now you are qualified. Go and sit down. Then I was there when my friend came. He said, no, he's not qualified. So he should go back for his money. So he went to the secretary with some notes, and they gave his money back to him.
Why was he disqualified?
I don't know. But he told him that he had to wait for me because we are going to the same place. We are new people, first time in India. So he had to sit in the reception for me. So when I went there, they brought palm leaf. Ordinary palm leaf, dry ones. And they will give you an ink. So I put my thumb like this in the ink, and then you place it on the palm front leaf. So they went. After about 15 minutes, they said, my information is ready, so I should come. So there's somebody that will translate for you, sits there. Then the master is there. So you take the leaf. They plenty leaf. Tiny, tiny, tiny one or long one like this. Tiny. So you take it like this, and then you mention my name. I didn't mention my name there. He mentioned my whole name. He mentioned my date of birth, the day I was born. He mentioned my mother's name, my father's name. My father is having these kids. How many kids? MRC. Okanya, no, we are not at all. Then he take another one. In your past life, you say this, say this, say this, say this, and you drop it. Like that. He kept on reading it. I was shaking. And don't forget, they were recording it. So when he speak it in the Tamil, then this person, the English is not very good. You know, in India, the way they speak English. Yeah. He will say it, and there's a recorder there. They gave it to me. Afterward, they gave me on the CD. They will give it to CD so that you can be playing it. So there were many things. So that's why I told people that I know exactly when I'm going to die. That's the very day I got to know. Okay. So he mentioned everything. Don't forget, I was a brahmachari, but he told me you're going to get married. That time, in my mind, I said, I want to stay like this. I don't want to get it. He mentioned that you have this many kids, and your mother will live to these years. Your mother will die when you are at this age. Your father will die when you are at this age. And before then, you're going to do this. That time, where's transformation? I've never thought of that. This man told me, you will be having an organization that will be global, that it will go everywhere and people will know it. I was a bachelor. I have not taken initiation yet. Then he said something. He said, one day, you will go to the sea to go and take a bath, and you will take a small stone, and that small stone will be a source of so much power to you. I mean, I don't go to the sea. I don't go to the beach because I don't bath. This water I feel is not clean because the way people go there and urinate and everything inside there. You won't believe it. Another story I will tell you. It came to pass, I went to a place and they gave me some stone. And I'll tell you what the stone does. So we will get there. Okay. So this man read everything and how many years you live, at what age you have these kids, when your mother is going to die, where your father is going to die, and this and that. And when he finished everything, he told me, from this time to that time, you should not appear on any public preaching center, like say radio or TV. He mentioned specifically that don't do that because there is some kind of wide junction. If you appear, there's going to be some problem for you. He meant like many things. Oh, I'm telling you that this thing is like this. Wow. So he was reading and reading and reading and reading and reading all that, and the kind of ailment you have, like everything about you, your past to your present, your future, whole thing like that. So I was just quiet. And that time, even though I believe in mysticism so well, there were some things he said, I was like, how is this going to happen? He mentioned it like you're going to have a big organization. For him, what he said you're going to have a big ashram. When he said an ashram, is where you teach people, like temples, like a monastery. So you're going to have a big ashram where your members will be global members, people from all over the world will be there. So I was like, in Hare Krishna, you are not allowed to have your own church. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. Because you are initiated devotee, you are a disciple of your guru, and your guru belongs to this organization. You cannot have your own organization. So I was telling myself that I'm a devotee, Hare Krishna devotee, and I'm not allowed to go and have any ashram. So what does it mean? So later, when I formed Transformations, and I said, this is what this man was saying. But, in his own understanding, you'll be having a whole lot of people that will follow you because of your spirituality. Mm-hmm. But they said, I'm going to have an ashram. So with this stone matter, another time I went to India, And this man, the one Indian man, he said, "You're a good person. Come to our home. I want to introduce you to something." We got there. That's Bangalore, South India. We went there. We have to sit in the car the following day. We got to a point, the car cannot go. We have to walk for days. We went to deep village. We got there in the afternoon, so we have to take our shower like that in the night. And they said, there is something they want to give to me. It's a stone they have been worshiping. There's some small stone. They have a deity, like family deity, and they have some special stone that the deity said they should give it to me because I'm a good person.
Okay.
I said, how? They said they should give it to me. For them, they don't know. It's something that had been in the family for hundreds of years. That stone. So I said, okay. So they said I should wait in the night. They want to show me what the stone does. I said, okay. So we slept in the night. They said we have to come. We went to a room like that, and they took plantain leaf. So they dropped the leaf there. So this stone was in some kavacha, like this kavacha we're wearing, a big one. It was inside. So they opened the kavacha and the stone fell on the plantain leaf. This I'm telling you, it's not somebody's story, it's my own story. It's something I'm not supposed to say, but today we are talking about my own experience. Yeah. So the stone dropped there and they started ringing the bell and started mantras. The room, there was no light. I mean, village, no lights in the first place, and you don't see any effulgence or any lightning, sunshine, or maybe light from outside. So as they reciting the prayer, then from the stone I saw light, like coming out. You see it, like it's glowing. It's glowing. And you get to a point, the whole room is like you have lighted 1,000 suns.
Wow.
It's in the night.
What color?
Light, like daytime. Okay. Bright. You can't even look at it. And the brightness was just going on. So the whole room was, I had to close my eyes. So after that, then started ringing the bell and the light started coming back. And then it got to the natural state. And they said you should give this thing to you. I said, hey. So what is it? He placed my hand. It was just a stone, small stone. So they have a kavacha that I have it now. They fix it in there. See, there are some animals, they are like sheep or antelope or deer. They're in the forest. Something grew from their hair. It's from hair. Two like that. So that hair, they've cut one. And they have fixed it into the kavacha like that, and they've covered it. The hair grows. That hair grows. So I use it only when I have a very serious situation. You just cut only the small hair for that. I still have it now. So when the guy gave me and said stone, then my mind went back to when I went to Jaipur. Mm-hmm. And the man told me I'll go to a beach and I'll go and take some stone, and that stone will be source of powers and all that. My mind went back. And all the things they said. For instance, when I came, they told me, when I returned from India, after some time, I'm not supposed to go to radio from this time. I went to Hot FM. I went there to go and do my... I've gone to India and come. I have the powers. Let me go and display.
But before Hot FM, what link does the stone have with the beach? Because they gave it to you in the
Yes. He told me, and truly, that house, I told you we walked.
Yeah.
From that place to the beach is not far.
Okay.
So I said, stone, how do I link it? So the following morning, when we had to go back to where we park our car, we didn't use the same route. We used a different route, and from that side to the beach, it's not far. So, with all the things that I've seen, before later myself, I started having insight some of these things. And truly, what I've been seeing myself based on my own research is not so contradictory to whatever I was told when I was a neophyte in spiritualism. Okay. All the things they said. So after this Hot FM, some rubbish thing be something that happened, and I might not say it here. Unnecessary thing that happened, and I started having issues among all my temple devotees. They have to call me, they have to sanction me, and many things. So I was like, what is happening? So this guy that was interpreting to me, now I have his number, so from time to time, he's speaking English. If I need anything or I want to get more clarification, I call him. He will talk to the master and then he'll tell me. So I called him that I came and this. It's okay, you'll find out. The next day, he called back. I said, have I gone to any public preaching something since I returned? And I said, yes. It's okay. See, I think he informed the master, and the following day he called me and said, the master said he told me I should not do A, B, C, D, so I should not. So I stopped going on the radio for a long time. That I think I have about 3 radio programs I was doing weekly. I have to stop all because now I have smell pepper already. So if you like, go and continue. So what I'm trying to say is that in India, there are many, many, many wonderful things. Like for instance, in Mayapur, when you're in Mayapur, it is very difficult for you to know whether today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. Time does not work in Mayapur. Especially when you go to Mayapur and you really get involved with the unmanifested Mayapur. Everything is completely different from what we see. Wow. So there have been a lot of experiences. So when I returned from India, now I know I was heavy.
At what point did you get your first initiation?
Yeah, so when I returned from India, I was supposed to have taken my initiation there in India. Okay. But because the time moving here and there, it was scheduled that we would take it here. But because they were doing it in India and we have to be in Ghana, so normally we do that. Like for now, if the master is doing initiation in India and the disciples are in Ghana now, they can sit on the fire here and the master will do the initiation there and they'll be given a new name. So that's how on was done. So we took our initiation here and then my master gave me that name, Kiana Chakshudas, the eye of the scripture, one who can see to the eye of the scripture. So that time, there have been a lot of experience, a lot of them. And even with my personal relationship with my spiritual master, many, many things that are personal I might not be able to say. And one thing I've come to realize is that mysticism does not involve blood. Real mysticism, divine mysticism, does not involve flesh and blood.
Not even animal.
Not even an animal. All throughout this period, everything I've ever encountered, anything I've ever used that make me who I am today is devoid of blood or flesh. Okay? So people that goes to all these juju people, bring animal. The scripture says that there will be a day you have to pay for all the animal that was sacrificed on your behalf. So real mysticism is there. Divinity. So people will see me so committed to Krishna consciousness. People will see me to be so much involved. Is the fact that I've gone through the ladder before I got where I am. So I know what I'm doing is purely the best. It's purely divine. And anyone who passes this path, your future is bright in the sense of spirituality. So I have many other experiences. Like when I return from India, any new person that possesses some powers, you want to display some things. Like normally when the pastors, when they go to the Bible school and they come out newly, that's when they can fast for 40 days. And when they see a madman on the street, they want to pray for him to, that kind of thing. So energy was there.
Tell us one instance.
The energy was there. You feel it within yourself that no, you are a completely different person. No. Anything you think of just happen.
Wow.
Not saying it. Like anything you just think of will just happen. I remember I went to Dumasunyane. So I was to go to Dumasuya very late in the night. So I remember there were people that were selling some bread there. Around that time, I think 10 or 11, around that time, very late. So when I got there, I think those that were selling the bread, one said, oh, Kwahenam, so me go Dumasuya. I said, how do you know this time Dumasuya? Those days, you can't be a fountain. Oh, Papa, baby, not that call. I'm to know. So I was there less than 5 minutes. Then a car was just coming, the car stopped. And then the said, oh, Kwahen. Me say, me go Dumasuya. I was saying, you go break him to before.
Wow.
So when I'm going to bread and then I'm saying, and many other things like that. Anything I just think of will just happen. See, it got to a point I noticed that no, I have to be careful with what I think. Like I said, maybe say BB, I didn't say maybe say a better for my better for me to see.
Wow.
So like you could feel say your mind is working. And it's not just working, but anything that drops into your mind happens instantaneously. And up to now, it happens.
You wanted to say something.
Up to now, it happens. So it is the Shakti, the energy within you.
Okay.
The mind builds. See, all this, the training goes to the point that your lifestyle must be reformed. You have to abstain from these things, that no meat, no fish, no egg, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, like that. Every day you must be clean within and without. You must recite this prayer. Your focus is that you want to please God. Make sure you don't harm anybody. This is the whole teaching.
So discipline.
You'll be disciplined. So as you are doing this gradually, then the energy will be dropping into your environment. So there have been many things. Some of the energy you're not supposed to even use it, probably because when you use it for yourself, you're being selfish. For instance, I've never ever done anything for my shop. Probably maybe say I have a shop here, business is not going on, so let me just go and do something. No, I've never ever done anything like that. But I have shops around. So because I feel, don't abuse the powers you have.
Okay.
Anytime you want to use those energy for yourself, you're like you're being selfish. You're being too personal. And that's wrong. You have this thing to help society, to help humanity. When it comes to you, you're okay. Whatever it is now, you're okay. God should do whatever it is. So some of the energies get to a point you don't use. I remember once, later, it got to a point we were able to get money, we buy a car, that kind of thing. Life is going on. And I've been doing this consultation. I started a consultation when later on, when I returned from India, I have to continue with my preaching group.
Okay.
So now, I am the main preacher. I'm not the main preacher, but the main consultant. So number one, we go out for preaching. We go out, we preach, and then people will come to us. They will queue long. Then I'll be in the car, they'll come over and I'll read. So when I return, the palm. When I came, I just say things, it just happen. Because that time, you are fresh with the energy. You're not involved with any rubbish. Not kind of thing, like no sex, no wife, that kind of thing. As soon as a woman comes close to you, there are many things that are spoiled in your life. Trust me, I'm telling you. When you start having wife, you start having sex, there are a lot of things that you lose. Especially if you're unable to really frame your mind properly. And you see that the sex you're engaged in now is a service. You're not doing it because you want to enjoy, but a service you have to do because you have agreed to have a wife. And it is a duty of the man to procreate. And through the procreation now, you must engage in sex life. So this is a perception. I have to meet the woman so we can have a kid. A service. Not that I'm going to go, me condom, you see that kind of thing? Yeah. If not, there's a lot of negative energy that comes around. You want to satisfy yourself. Okay. So you lose a lot of energy. So those days, I can remember there are a lot of things. I'll give you about 3 examples that happened during the preaching. So people will just queue and I'll just be reading. I can sit down for 2-3 hours. We'll be reading people. Like that, we go to about 3-4 spots a day. So the energy is there. I remember we went to Asimfosu one day. So normally when we are moving, we don't eat from outside. You don't buy food from outside. Okay. So we have our pot, everything in our car. So in the evening, we go and beg for a screw. So there we bring our cooking utensils there, we bring our cook pots or maybe gas. We will cook our food there and we'll eat. In the morning, we don't eat. We wait in the afternoon, we go and buy apple, fruits, and that kind of thing. We eat in the evening, we come back, we come and cook. This is our life. Devotees don't buy food from our house in the house. No. The food might be vegetarian, but the person that preparing the food, if their mindset is not good, it affects you. Mm-hmm. So that was our life. So when you go out for preaching, that's what we do. So we went to Asimfosu one afternoon. So when we went there, normally the devotees will buy water, and that we bought water. So there's one girl that came, so the devotees bought water there. So when she was going, I have the gift of seeing. When I returned, this trance I was going, it was helping, it was building my third eye. So when I returned, it was fully fruitified. Like, now you can really see. Okay. So when we were in the car, the girl came and we bought all the water. When she came to me, I saw the sign. She was a witch. So I took the water. I said, no, I wouldn't take the water again. So when they asked me why, I said, no, I can't buy the water from this person. So when he left, I said, she's a witch. So everybody say, and you that kind of thing. So I remember that very well. The devotees can drink anything. Nothing happened to them. See, the devotees are powerful. Mm-hmm. Even those who don't know they are powerful. They have all taken the water, but the way nothing happened to them. See, chanting the Mahamantra is powerful. It's a powerful protection. So during the preaching, I was to preach. So when I was preaching, I saw the guy. This water filter said he was standing there in the crowd. Mm-hmm. I saw her, and the thing came to me like that. I wanted my people to know. So when I'm preaching and I see something like that, I start singing. So I started singing. When I started singing, quickly they joined. So when we're singing like that, the girls started wait, the water you scatter the water you want. They want to go to church, they are doing the different and they will do. We'll just scatter the crank like that. So I told you see, that's the girl. So after some time, we have some special what they call maha water. It's always from the altar. So if you go to any temple, if you like ask that you're looking for maha water, they will give you. It's a special water. We keep only on the altar for water service. So the way it came, they just take water like that, sprinkle on the girl, and instantaneously she became normal. So after the whole program, some devotees went to her, like to her house, and she confessed that she's a witch and many things. One day, I also preached. We went to some village in Kadi. There were palm season.
Okay.
So when I was speaking, there was this girl that none inside were blue. And at that Adimsa, you know, when you have fracture, they used to put in some rope like that. Yeah. So I noticed that she was a witch. I have that eye to see. So when I finished the whole thing, I went. So a woman called me that she can't come to the crowd because people know her. She produced oil, palm oil, and sell. So I went there. And when I went, I noticed that she had a lot of problems, the stomach and many things. So I told her all this. So when I said, who is doing this? And said, one of your kids. So as soon as I said that, this girl that was having this fractured hand came from one of the rooms. So I called her. So I told her that she should come and see whatever she had done to the mother. And what this girl said, trust me, I think it was a small girl, like 5 years or 7 years.
Wow.
This girl said things. And many other things. We went to Techiman one hot afternoon. You know, Techiman, the North people, they always to come there, a lot of them. So they have a lot of magic and juju. So when they see our dress and they know these people might possess some spirit power, so they want to come and try. So in the afternoon, when we were singing, one devotee, his name is Ayebiafo, he's there. Even he was calling me when the line, he's the one that calling. So this guy was standing, see, they have mystical needles, how they throw it. Okay. They will just throw it to your forehead. You can collapse right now. It is not what they call tukpe. It's not tukpe. This is a different one, needles. So tumpani. So this one guy that was standing in the crowd, he was wearing this batakari, fugu, the nordness type. So when we were dancing, then Jaga said, hey! The music was going on. So I went close. I said, what is happening? He said somebody has thrown a needle. And the needle was on the ground. It hit the here. So quickly, we ended the singing. And I took the microphone. And the man was standing there. So when I was speaking, I started speaking, saying some story that will help me to sing. Number when I want to, that's what I do. I give a story like that, and then the music will come in. So I started singing, Namaste, Narastrim Gaya, Prala da da yeni, Hiraya Kashi Povasaya, Hiratanka Nakaharai. Like the most powerful demon of that time, Hiranyakashipu, was crushed down by the common nail of the Supreme Lord. As I landed the music, the guy raised up to like this building, whooped him in the crowd. Started shouting. So everybody was running, was scattering. So we took the Maha water, dropped on him, he came back. I gave him the microphone. What is my said? He has tried from the beginning of the music, he has been throwing it. There was only one God, that person. And he was waiting for us to be in a car, and our car will have an accident.
Just for that.
Just for that, because he want to prove that he's powerful. So I said, so what do you tell the people? Say these people are very powerful. That day, all our things was gone. And people know him from that market that he's a juju man. One day we went to water rig in some village like that. So when we were singing, there's a woman, he was not wearing any slippers. She came dancing, because when you're dancing, see, it's nice. People are joining us. So the woman came, she was dancing with us. So all that he was moving, I saw that. She was making the bayimana. The bayimana, they use their leg. They will make some mystical holes. When you cross it, when you break down, you can't walk again. So when we were dancing, he was following us. He was all making the bayimana like that. So as we were dancing, the ladies were happy dancing. The woman fell into that hole. So he fell down, and he was like the way people have epilepsy, what they do, he would just move on the ground like that. So after some time, we saw that the fetish priest, people that she controls, like some of the servants, they came to carry her. We were there preaching, and they sent one of the kids that if you don't come and see her, she will die. So we went there, and the devotees went there to go and do something. The woman came back to life. At that village, all our incense, everything finished in that day. So there have been a lot of experience with my spiritual journey that I might not be able to say, because many years building, so just one day we will not be able to. Just a few ones I can remember is what I'm narrating. When I returned from India, later I got a car. There's one guy who was listening to us on Hot FM. He was in Canada. So he said he was listening to me all the time. And then one day, he told Kwame Nkrumah that he have a car. If I would like to buy it, he can just give it to me. Because anytime when I'm going, I was not using a car. All the other panel members are having their own car. Me, I use a taxi. The taxi will wait for me, or he goes, when I'm done, he'll come and pick me. And on the radio, all the people, I knew more than them. So after those that used to listen to me on Hot FM years back, after the show, they were allowed call in. And everybody said they are educational person, like that. But I wasn't having anything. And they were having money. I remember one guy, great man, said, "Who the way Jimmy Bao? Because I was not taking money for consultation." So this guy said, "I noticed you don't have a car. So I have this car design Centra, like home use. You can buy and pay small. So I started paying small, and then I learned how to drive. So I remember one day I was going to Accra. That time I came newly. The power is just sharp. And when you get something newly, like you don't know how to use it properly. At times you want to be angry and show things. So I was just going almost at, is it to do? The CMB, around that area. So after the Swansea Shopping Arcade, no, this is a Swansea Shopping Arcade, you see the police headquarters on the left. Before you get to this end. So there was this trotro driver that just crossed me wrongly, and then he said, "What do you want?" You see the way they used to do. See, that I have come in, like the thing is just hard. Sharp. Saying it's not story. Instantly, all the 4 tires of the man, everything got deflated.
Flat.
So, I'm the type that I have never liked to use the little I have. I don't have much. People have more than me. I've not tried to use the little I have to do anything. But instantly, the 4 tires. So I felt very bad. But I said, next time you will see. And I just drove off. Say, I'm telling you, the mind. When you develop to a point, the mind begins to do things even when you have not even told you to do so. I remember one day I was driving a circle. That time, this Circle Dubai was not built. There used to be some serious traffic there. So when I was going, the police officer behind said, I should stop. So I was going ahead to go and park there. As soon as I parked, one police officer came and sit down inside. I said, why? I said, your boss said I should stop and I'm stopping. So why are you coming? He said, yes, I have to come and sit in the car. You said, what they used to do. Yeah. I said, stop, they come and sit down. At that time, my hair was long. When I'm going out, I used to wear this Muslim cap to cover it because I didn't want people to know. It was too long. So the man sat in. I got angry instantaneously. I said, why do you have to come and sit in the car? You stopped me. I was parking. Why this? So I just sat down like this. I was angry. I was boiling inside there. So the man said, my driving license. So I removed the license and I gave it to him. Then he looked through the stickers to see whether, it's valid. So after he gave me the driving license, I took the driving license. So he opened the door like that. You want to stand up, you can't stand up. This thing is like news. Circle, those days. He want to open the door. He opened the door, he can't stand up. So I was like this, sitting down. So the door is open. This guy is not going out. I don't know what happened. He said, what is that? They say, I'm just remembering it. So after some time, I think the boss standing there saw that the door is open and the guy is trying to come out. He's unable to. Maybe, I don't know, he thought that maybe I was harming him or something. So he came closer. So I said, she come out. Say, he can't stand up. The man held the hand, pulled him. The guy is sitting down. So this man, that's the time I removed my cap like that to show them the power. So the man saw a long hair. So he noticed that maybe this guy may be some priest or something. So I told, boss, sorry. Nana, that time, sorry. I said, why does he have to come and sit in my car? Because I move with spirit. He sat on the spirit leg, so he can't stand up. So the boss said, officer, they are working under me. See, when they are there, you see the big boss will be standing there and he'll be there. So the man have to spoke with me. So a mistake. When him saw, I said, that kind of thing. So I just tapped him there, and the man stood up. So some of these I have done many. And I don't necessarily have to do it. It just happened. Okay. Because at times when you have some small power like that, in your mind you want to display it. But now we are so grown. We are grown in this, and we feel we don't have to be showing off.
So moving forward, what advice do you have for the people aspiring to become like you?
No, it's a story I just gave within maybe an hour or two. You might think it's very easy, but it's not. This is the making of many years, many, many years. So if you just listen to this story, you might think, oh, it's very easy to be like Jnana. Let me just go and be. No, it is possible you can be like me or even more than me, but you should be ready. There are so many obstacles, a lot of difficulties. You have to be very disciplined. You have to be very committed. There are many things you need to follow. Especially, don't put in your mind that you want to acquire any power to harm anybody. If that is your basic, trust me, you will fail. But if you have the desire, you want to help people, you want to be the source of happiness to people, trust me, it becomes very easy. But you must be prepared. Now, it is not very easy to have even a genuine process to help you. I know many of you might have gone to so many places because you want to advance, you end up being cheated. It is possible because there are so many fake people around. Now, I don't accept disciples. So don't say, I want to go to Jnana to go and learn anything. I have a Facebook platform that's transformation. You can join us. The things we are teaching, you can learn some. I don't take any personal disciples that you want to come and stay with me and learn. No. So don't think that I'm saying this because I want somebody to come to me. No, I don't. But the whole point is that you can also become a spiritualist, not a fake one, but a good one. Somebody who have good intentions to help the needy. But you must be ready. Society might even disown you, your own parents, your family, your friends, and many other things, and you'll go through a lot of difficulties before you get here. But I know with determination, with persistence, and then precise understanding, you will be able to go through it. It's gradual. You should be patient. Don't rush. You hear this today, you want to go there. You hear this today, you want to go there. No, stick to one thing. You should be resolute. Okay, this is what I've seen. And I feel this is right for me. Focus. Put more attention. I have served. Trust me, I have served for many years before I got here. Some of you joined transformation maybe 2, 3 months, 1 year, and you want to have a third eye. You want to do A, B, C, D. If you're unable to do it, you want to go out. No. Stay and learn the basics. You learn the basics tomorrow. If you find any master who is ready to teach you, you have the basics already, it helps. Those of you following me, I've been talking about karma all the time. I've been talking about reincarnation all the time. And many of these things, you understand them. So tomorrow, if you dedicate yourself that you want to evolve spiritually, it becomes easier for you. Just imagine, you that you've been following me now, you know vegetarianism is very important if you want to advance spiritually, divine spiritual powers. So if you approach anybody, a person want to teach you, but okay, you have to become vegetarian, already you have the basics, already it helps you. So my advice is, spirituality is everything. If you have that foundation, you can do any other thing. You want to get money, you want to get a wife, a husband, you want to do business, whatever you want to do. If the basic, the foundation is spirituality, it makes things very easy. But it is not very easy also, because you should be ready to go through the toils, the obstacles, the tribulations. Then if you are very, very focused and resolute, trust me, one day, you'll be able to get to a point that will make your heart happy. You'll be satisfied. So that from you, you can also impact the knowledge onto others, as I'm sitting here doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for staying with us, and the audience, we thank you also. Banana, I see the comment section and they say you are looking very nice.
Really? Yeah, I think I've been losing nice most of the time, but I think today my appearance is due to the fact that Mavok Apparel, they provided all that I'm wearing today.
Oh, okay.
So I think Mavok, they have beautiful and good things. I don't know, I would like to recommend them to you, maybe if you are interested in getting some things like this. Simple but beautiful. I think they have something wonderful. Let me show you. See, this is one of their catalogs. Mavok Apparel. It's beautiful. They have footwear, they have kaftan and many other things. But I love their kaftan so much. So probably, maybe I will give the number so you can give the number to them.
Okay, so we'll show the number on the screen.
Yeah, so there will be their number there if you want to wear something like this or something like this, Yarabia and many other 3Ps and all that. They are very good. And their price is very affordable. I think that the competition is so high. If you go to them, the price is good, and then you get very wonderful stuff to buy from them. So, Mavok Apparel, thank you guys for giving me all this beautiful, and even my footwear, everything is from, and you won't believe it, this is African wear, this is Ghana. when I was told the price, I said, how can you sell this cheap price? It's a quality stuff. And then, so please, I'll just recommend them to you. If you need anything African, footwear, dress like this, something like this, you just have to approach them. So I think the number can be given out later. They are good, trust me. The price is good, quality material. Their designs are beautiful, simple, not any complicated styles, beautiful. Something that you can wear for any program, any occasion. Thank you, I'm grateful for this outfit. Thank you, I'm grateful. Thank you.
You know, Jnana doesn't recommend fake, and he's very conscious of what he puts out there. So if he's recommending this, I guess we have to buy. Thank you very much. Today, we dive deep, Angasa. Next time, can we go deeper?
Possible.
Okay. Thank you. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.